Hello folks and welcome to the Vertigo Tea Party, and let's try Velocity Ultra. It's by Future Lab and Curve Studio. It's published by Curve Digital. It's a shoot 'em up with teleportation. It's available on Steam for $9.99. It does fully support controllers, which I would seriously advise that you use. It also supports Steam achievements, leaderboards, and trading cards. Let's go ahead and hop right in. I've done about 20 of the zones. There's 50 in total as far as I can tell. There's also some side missions and other little extras. As you can see, it also grades you based on how well you do. Like here I got gold and here I got silver because I think I went too slow and didn't get enough points, whatever. So let's start off in a pretty early stage to give you an idea what it's like. Let's go with this. Now this I don't quite understand. Sometimes you get a medal. Most of the times I get 2 stripes, but then sometimes I get 3 stripes. So I got a silver with 3 stripes here, and I don't understand why. Let's see. I don't quite understand. It shows like 1 stripe is 70, 100 is 2 stripes, and then 120 is 3 stripes. But I don't know 120 what. Maybe that means survivors. Anyway, there are survivors stranded in a claustrophobic space deep in the guts of the Vern's Edge mining colony. Take your time and watch your back. So this is a search and rescue, and we have some hostile forces to look out for. Now I am going to be playing this with a controller, but it's passable with keyboard, but I strongly advise you use controller. Is that Quarp Jet? Yes, we're saved. So here's our little ship. We can shoot our gun, throw bombs, we can speed up, and we can also, as I mentioned before, we can teleport our ship. Now these little blue capsules are hostages, or not hostages, but people we're finding here kind of floating in space that we're sent to rescue. You can see at the bottom right we have 120 total people to rescue here, so quite a bit. And as you probably guessed from the screen before this, you do get bonuses for beating the stages quickly. However, I'm going to kind of take it slow here as I explain how the game works. Let's go ahead and grab this power up. Probably should not have bothered. So now we got this power up, we can shoot 3 bullets at once. But if you look at the bottom right, as I shoot, we run out of energy. But if you kill all enemies in a wave, you get a boost, which actually raises your attack power back up. However, frankly, I don't see a point. Because bombs, look at, I can shoot bombs really quick in multiple directions, and they do area damage, and they do more damage than bullets. So I don't quite understand why you would use anything but bombs. But bombs. So maybe I'm missing something, maybe that matters a little bit later on. But yeah, I don't quite understand the point. So let's go over the UI real quick as I blow this up, because this is pretty basic, right? Your basic shoot 'em up, flying my ship around, blowing up the enemies. We're gonna grab these folks to take them back to safety. At the top left there, you see how many lives we have. We have 3 lives. We have 6 minutes and 32 seconds left to beat this stage. Most of the time, at least to the level that I'm on, time usually isn't a factor. Now there are a few stages where time is a big deal. Like they're specifically designed that you're supposed to keep your foot on the gas most of the time. But most of these levels, you can take it mostly pretty easy. Now here, we have to be careful, so we have to teleport between them and then blow them up. See, bombs are just so good, it's ridiculous. Nerf bombs, blue. Blue, please. Anyway, we have the timer at the top left, which we just talked about. We have our score at the top right. At the bottom left, we have teleportation pods. We have 0 of those right now, but I will definitely be showing you a stage with those later. Now that was a force field generator, and there was like a red kind of a haze over that. That was a force field. We can't get in there until we destroy the force field generator. Seems pretty easy at, you know, basic description. But later on, you actually have to destroy the generators in order. So there might be 4 different generators, and they're numbered, and if you hit 1, 2, and then 4, it completely resets all the generators. So you have to do them all over again. I think that was the end of the stage. Okay, yeah. That was a pretty short stage. I'd say most stages are a little longer than that, at least some of the ones we get later. And as you can see, you can also go back and do stages you've already done, but we're not going to do zone 9. We're actually going to zone select 16. I think you're now ready to discover the power of the long form teleport, because I wanted to show you this. This is a pretty interesting mechanic. I like the little comic things in the middle here, but let's finish talking about the EUI. Yes, I'll explain that in just a bit. But yeah, the bottom left is your special bullet power. We don't have any right now, so we don't have any power. So we're going to drop a telepod here. And again, that will make sense in a minute. And again, right now I'm going slow mostly just so I can explain this easier. Now this is where these generators and the order that you blow them up come into handy, because we can look at our map and wait a minute, the second generator was on the right hand side. We can't go backwards. So how do we go back? Well, we have to use the teleporter. And you can see we have two. We always drop one at the beginning of the stage. And we have one here as well. The one we got selected has like a blue circle emanating from it. So let's go ahead and choose that. So it teleports us back. We can do that as many times as we need to. However, keep in mind, you do have a time limit. So you can only go back enough times until you run out of time, and then you lose. So yes, I know how to return to the telepod. And there's the number 3 shield, so let's blow it up. And that shield broke down and allowed us to grab these. Now that has actually, in later stages, some labyrinthy type stages where you have to teleport back several times, and the screen will go blue and it makes that noise whenever you should drop one. So we're just going to drop one here. Anytime you see a split, it might be a good idea to drop one, but the game's been pretty good so far about telling me when to drop it. Let's go ahead and zoom up. And the bottom right, the only other thing in the UI I haven't really talked about is how many survivors total there are and how many I have rescued. Uh-oh. Now see, now we're kind of trapped here. Oh, nope, we can pop up here. We got a bonus mission medal. I'm not sure what that does. I think it just helps you with a score. So we want to go back, and you can see all of the generators that we've discovered. The one that is next in order to blow up is number 2. So let's head on back over there. We're going to teleport here. And we've got 24 of 70. Still a lot of folks to rescue. We're going to warp over here. Blow that up. We got 2 of 4 yellow shield generators done. Let's look at the map again. All right. Number 3 is on the left here. Yes, I know. And we blew up the yellow shield, and there we go. A lot of these survivors are encased in these glass blocks. You just got to break them out. You cannot hurt the survivors. At least I've not been able to so far. Again, why use anything except for the bombs? Also, you can get health. The kind of gray is just telling me to drop a pod here. So let's see. Yeah, let's show what happens if I do this out of order, just to show you how this works. So I did 1 and 2. Let's shoot. One thing that kind of annoys me is I think when you drop a pod and then you go back to the map, I think it should default to whichever one you dropped last, not the one that you were at last. Minor issue. Anyway, so you've done 1 and 2. Let's hit 5. Oops, green security reactivated. So now we would have to go back to 1 and then 2, and we see 3's over there. So we warp on back and hit 3, 4. And we're going to go ahead and check this side, make sure there's nothing else to miss. Now that we verified that, we'll go back, and bam, we've dropped the green shields. I can see a lot of speedrunning potential in this game. Surprised the speedrunners haven't already started on this. Maybe they have. This game originally came out on the PS Vita, apparently, and this is a remake of that. So again, we got the little noise in the blue around around the screen. So we're going to explore these areas here. There's number 1 for red. Now this is where it starts to mix it up a bit, because you have multiple shields and they're all in kind of an odd order. Let's see what's up here. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and grab these and then we'll port back. And again, you can see 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. I'm going to guess 4 is on the right hand side, but let's go ahead and teleport over here, blow up 2, teleport back. And especially if you're trying to maximize your score, then you're going to want to, do all this teleporting. Try not to do it a whole lot. And if you do have to do it a lot, then you want to do it as quickly as possible. So this is definitely a game for folks who want to do the score attack. And again, there are Steam leaderboards, so keep that in mind. So we've got the red shields disabled, so we can teleport in here. Now, I've been teleporting a lot. I haven't been explaining how it works. What you do, if on the controller at least, I've got using the PlayStation controller, so I'm using the square button. When I press square, I use the left mouse, or the left controller. Oops, damn it, kill this guy. The left controller to move the circle, and then when I let it go, that's where I teleport to. Again, I could see some really interesting things that you could do racing through a level and using the teleport to quickly move you ahead. Let's go ahead and actually play. We'll do level 17 real quick. This one's a bit trickier. We might not actually play the whole thing because this one's kind of long. Now, you might be wondering, how do I die? You don't die from running into walls. However, if you get stuck somewhere and the screen rolls off, you die. One problem I have had with this game so far that's been honestly kind of annoying is with the teleporter. It's very, like, you see, I'm just barely tapping it and it jumps all over the place. A lot of times you're trying to be very specific. Let's go ahead and actually port back to the beginning of the stage. I think I was supposed to drop a porter, but I was busy yapping. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop one. Though keep in mind, you've only got so many teleporters. Again, you can see those at the bottom left there. You can teleport back as much as you want, but you've only got so many that you can actually drop. Anyway, what I was saying about this teleportation reticle is it's a little twitchy, right? Like it's very hard to barely move it. Now I am using the PlayStation 3 controller, or the PlayStation 4 controller. I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it, since it's not 100% Windows compatible just yet. I'm having to use third-party software. Oops, see, I hit number 3 and I reset the blue shields. So we need to go redo this, as I almost got myself killed there. And I think I missed... Oh, yeah, see, that's why I say I kind of get in a hurry and it ends up porting me to the first one. And I'm like, where am I? I didn't even know where I'm at. Let's go back, hit 2. Ooh, that was very close. Rescue this person, head back. I did it again. And head on here. There should be number 3. Oh no, 3 was out, right. But yeah, that has caused me to die several times because you're moving up and you're trying to aim this reticle. It can be a little bit frustrating. Again, I don't know if that's a problem with the PS4 controller or not, but it definitely has gotten me killed more than once. Now, I can't just hit that from where I was. You have to hit these from a specific direction. In fact, I'll show you that in just a second. If I stop messing my keys up. Oop, already. Yep. Keep porting back to the wrong one. Again, I wish it would just default to whichever one was last. Anyway, notice how it's got the arrow pointing north. We have to hit it from this direction for it to count. So we're going to go ahead and port back again. Shoot this. Grab the survivors. And we might... Oh, looks like there's another one we want to drop here. Again, we might... Well, I'll show you... I might show you the rest, because like I said, this seems like a simple mechanic, but they actually do build upon it pretty well, as there'll be a lot of different places that you can go, and you have to kind of look at your route and go, okay, what direction do I go? Okay, let's try going to the right this time. Let's head on up. There's number 2. And we'll have to go back for number 3. Blow it up, and that opened up the... I keep hitting the wrong button. Just keep on hitting the wrong button. There we go. Grab these survivors. We're actually at 100 of 100 survivors, so this stage was shorter than I remembered it being. Let's do one quick mission, because as I said, there's different types of missions. Oops, I meant to go to the main menu. Sure. Also, it's interesting the way you unlock zones. You don't unlock zones just by doing them. I am only up to stage 21 as far as how far I've actually progressed in the game. But if you look at the top left, I have 22,020 XP. So I've actually unlocked up to... Wow. There we go. I've actually unlocked up to level 33. And you get XP by doing better in the stages, doing them faster, rescuing more survivors. etc. So I've actually unlocked up to 33. So if I just wanted to jump ahead, I could do that. And then you can see zone 34 actually requires 2250 XP for me to be able to go to that one. So I think that's a pretty interesting mechanic. I don't know how many people would do that, like, you know, want to jump that far ahead. But hey, that option is there. Well, I've got a gold and 3 stripes for that one. Impressive. So let's find a mission. And at the top, you see the zone 20. It also shows you the type of mission it is. Yeah, this is what I'm wanting. One of these critical urgency fast reactions and a heavy trigger finger are needed if you're to escape this zone in time. So we have to we need to boost through most of this one. Technically, you don't have to do the whole time, but you can see at the top left we have much less time to get through. And I actually might. Oop, we gotta slow down there. I mean, if it's a choice between dying and slowing down, then obviously slow down. And it's nice that you don't die just from hitting walls. That old shoot 'em up trope. I'm very glad that's gone. I like just using trope. Makes me feel all intelligent. Oh, got that shield down. And again, we want to rescue as many people as we possibly can, even though we are in a hurry. And there was actually, I don't even know what the point of these guys on the side is, because we're blowing through pretty quickly. Oop, that could have been tricky if I wouldn't have caught that at the generators. Sometimes I'll just throw bombs up. Oop. That could have been, that was almost bad. Not that it would have been a big deal, we could have just skipped those survivors. But man, that's why we're here, we gotta save the survivors. So we went it with 27 seconds left. I've gotten some pretty close calls on those, down to like 3 seconds left before I won. Obviously you want to get a good combination of beating these stages as fast as you can, as well as you know, getting all the survivors, any bonuses. There was actually a bonus medal near the beginning of that one that I didn't get. So you also have the flight computer. This has a bunch of things. It shows all your achievements that you've gotten. The Drunken Master, destroy 50 enemies with bombs flung sideways. Missions. You can do these side missions. A lot of these are locked. I don't know how you unlock them, because it doesn't say why they're locked. So I'm a little confused. And it's not even in order. So I have mission 1 unlocked, and I beat that one. But then I have 2 is locked, and then 3 is open, 4 is locked, and then 7, like 4 through 6 are all locked, and then you have 7 that's unlocked. I would prefer if they were a little bit more clear on why that they're locked. So this one, you can't touch the sides, and you have to be as fast as possible. If you look at the top, at the timer, you can see you only got so much time to do this, so you pretty much can't let go. I'll try this once or twice. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this. Frankly, I'm not a big fan of shoot 'em ups. However, I actually have enjoyed my time playing this. But as you can see, I'm also not that great at them, which is probably one of the reasons I don't like them, is because I'm terrible at them. I'll try this to be the last time. Again, it's a very short stage, but the idea is, oh god, we gotta go fast. Oh, there we go. Got lucky and finished it. So we have those side missions. Comms, these are texts that you unlock. Again, I don't know how I've unlocked these, but they give a little bit of background to the story of what's going on. Because frankly, I'm not quite sure what's happening. I think there was a story description at the beginning, something about a star exploding and becoming a black hole. And the only ship that can rescue these people is the ship that we have, because it can teleport out. So hostiles, it actually shows you all the different enemies that you've encountered in the game. Art, you can check the various artwork, which I like the art style in this game. I think it's pretty nifty. Stats, you can see how long you've played, bombs thrown, switches hit, all that good stuff for those of you who are interested. Now, what's interesting here too is you have mines, which you can click on, and this should start to look a little familiar. Yes, we have Minesweeper, which I actually did play it enough to get an achievement. I don't know what that says about me. There's also a calculator. I don't quite get the point of having the calculator in here. However, I do know there are cheat codes, and I won't be telling you any of the cheat codes. But there's cheat codes you can put into the calculator to unlock various things, which I think was pretty darn interesting. And again, you can see the high scores for the various levels. As you would expect, you can compare it between your friends. You can see the highest. This guy, my god, this guy has how many points? Is that like 1.7 trillion? If it doesn't have commas, I get confused. It's 1,000 million. No, it's a billion. It's like 1.7 billion points. That's insane. You're a sick man, or woman, whoever you were. So yeah, if you're into the whole leaderboard score attack thing, it definitely has it for you. And again, the game is only $9.99. If you are a fan of shoot 'em ups, I think the Portal twist is interesting. I think it's enough to add a unique twist, so it's not just, you know, flying and shooting at enemies, and you have to rescue the survivors. So I think it adds an interesting element to the shoot 'em up. And it throws in the score attack as well, so that you're trying to get all the bonuses, all the survivors that you can, but at the same time, you're also trying to beat the level. And I think people who get really good at this game, where they learn the levels, and they keep their foot on the gas the whole time, and they utilize the teleportation, I think that could lead to some really interesting speedruns to watch. So I'd be curious to see if the speedrun community gets behind this at all. I also like the music. I haven't mentioned that yet. You should be able to hear it pretty well. I think you can also buy the music separately from the game for $5, or you can buy them together for, I think, $14. So the game plus the soundtrack, which is cool. I like the music. I don't know if I listen to it all the time, but it fits the game, I believe. Again, my main problems with this is the warp. And again, it could just be the analog stick on the PS4 trying to work with the game, but it's way too sensitive, and it seems like I barely touch it and it flies off to the side. Combine that with the fact that you have to be pretty precise where you're aiming, or else it won't let you port. Like if you're too much of the crosshairs is on the wall, you just can't teleport. And a lot of times you have to teleport very quickly. You don't have time to redo it over and over again. So that can be pretty darn frustrating. Another big problem is if you're going to use the keyboard, the instructions through the game, like it says, press A to fire, press B to shoot bombs, or what have you. All of that is described as keyboard control, or gamepad controls. So when I first played this, I was playing it with the keyboard, and it's like press Y for bombs, and I'm like, I don't know what the equivalent of the Y key is on my keyboard. And no, it wasn't the actual letter Y. So that they could use to clean that up a little bit. But honestly, and again, it's passable. Like you could probably beat all the stages with the keyboard, but I would strongly suggest using a controller. It was obviously built for that, and I can understand that. It's a shoot 'em up. It just makes sense. Some games just make more sense on a controller, and I think shoot 'em ups, and especially one like this, does fit a little bit better with it. But again, it is passable on the keyboard. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Again, this was Velocity Ultra. It is available on the Steam store for $9.99. I'll have a link to the game and the official website below this video in the description. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this where I cover games that you might not have heard of, definitely give me a follow, and also follow me on Twitter. Thanks again for watching, and I shall see you next time.